Dr. Barai, good evening to you. Today we are talking about this is July, and what happened in Pennsylvania. I mean, let's hear. Means it's very shocking, to be honest, that when we're talking about 2024, and this time, I mean, this kind of things happening. What happened in Butler,
I
Pennsylvania?
think which is very deplorable. In democracy, people have difference of opinion, political matters, economic matters, social matters, immigration matters, and those opinions should be expressed through the ballot box. That's the privilege we all have as citizens. But somebody trying to short circuit and kill a political candidate, and in this case, a top political candidate of the Republican Party, is totally condemnable. And I'm sure all the politicians on both the sides, Republicans as well as Democrats, and even independent candidate, they have condemned it. General public also should condemn it. This also brings up the other issue, which we have been talking about, USA. There has to be some sensible gun control. Republican Party, including Trump, they have been advocating freedom for people who want to use guns. But this is a classic example. Same thing happened when an attempted assassination was made against President Reagan, and this time against President Trump. So some sensible gun control has to be brought. Today he survived. If bullet would have been 2 inches on the other side, he may not be living. And this kind of tragedy has occurred in many schools where young innocent school children have been killed by a mad gunman. It has happened in the malls. It has happened in the bars. It has happened at many other social events where large number of innocent people
July
have been
4th
killed.
parade in Highland Park.
In Highland Park, Chicago area. This also brings into picture, we have very high regards for US Secret Service. Now from the reports it appears that the gunman was just 200 yards away on the rooftop of the near building. How was it that a building which was within the shooting distance was not secured by the Secret Service? Remember, President John Kennedy was killed same way by a guy who was few hundred yards away from a building and shot him dead. So I think this is very deplorable.
When we talk about like the large, the oldest democracy, America, and nowadays it is not, it just takes spurs of seconds for news to flash in, like everywhere globally. This is very humiliating, insulting when we're talking about this nation. Like,
Absolutely. As I said, that he is very lucky that it grazed his right ear. Think of it if it was 2 inches away. And also sympathy to the gentleman who was sitting in the audience, because I understand there were 8 to 10 shots fired. One gentleman who was in the audience got killed and 2 or 3 have been seriously injured. So it not only was an assassination attempt against the presidential candidate, which didn't succeed, but some innocent people died. So this was a fatal attack.
Thank you so very much for sharing. We are really very upset about this, and thanks for your time. I appreciate it.